Hello friends, welcome to Unique Designers India. In today's video, we are going to see the next tutorial stitch. In the previous class, we learnt about how to do Lavangam stitches, and now we are going to learn how to do Lavangam stitch with sequins. I have taken some pearl sequins here. This is number 4, so sequence number 4, and the needle I am using is number 7. That is darner needle number 7 is being used here, and I have taken 5 by 5 10 strands of thread. I've made a little half flower type drawing here. For the center of the flower, first take the needle out and take one chunky and send it till the end of the cloth and make a French knot. This is for the center of the flower, so we are making a French knot with sequins. And now we are going to do the Lavangam stitch with sequins. Take the needle from here, from the downside of the line, and now for a French knot you will put the needle inside, put the sequin inside the needle till the end of the thread. But for Lavangam stitch you are going to do it differently. Just make the knot first, same like French knot. Make the knot like this and then place the sequin where it has to be kept, and then put the needle inside the sequin. That's the difference. That is, for French knot you will first put the chunky inside the thread and then make the knot. But for Lavangam stitch you will make the knot and keep the chunky at the end of the knot and finish it off. This is one line. Now the second line. Keep the chunky where it has to be kept and then put the needle inside. So let me complete the whole flower and then show you. And in this we are using flat sequins. There's another type in which we'll use cup sequins. I will show it in the next stitch. So first let me finish this flower. We have completed the half flower here. As I always say, you have to be very careful while taking the deciding the count for the threads. It depends on the size of the sequence. This is number 4 sequence, and for this I am using 5 by 5 10 strands. If the sequence is small, you can use a little lower count of threads also. Now we are going to do the second type of stitch with cup sequins. These sequins are called cup sequins because it will have a little embossed effect. These are flat sequins and these are cup sequins. I have provided this in the kit also. There are many colors available in this. In even cup sequins you have different sizes. This is number 4. And here I am going to apply these sequins. I am going to use these sequins along with French knot inside this flower motif. I have drawn a flower motif and I have made a zari outline for the flower motif. Inside these petals we have to draw some lines. You can draw a line like this, another one, another one. We are going to make different layers of flowers, stitches. So let's start with the first stitch. From this first line we have to take the needle out here on one side of the first line and make the knot, and now take the sequin and put it in this place very close to the knot. Actually we are making Lavangam stitch only, but it is very small. In the previous one we did a long Lavangam stitch so that the lines are seen very well, but here the main thing is the sequins will be seen very clearly and the knots will be seen. Actually if you just look at this, it will look like a French knot with sequins, but actually it is Lavangam stitch with sequins. Only if you do it in this way, it will give a 3D effect. It will be like overlapping on one another. Each layer will overlap on one another and it will look very beautiful. So the next one, leave some gap so that the next sequin come here. The center of the sequin and the place where you take the thread should be same. Now we have done the second stitch. We have to do another one for the first line. Now the first line is complete. While doing the second line, the sequin should actually come here. in between the previous two sequins. These are the two sequins in the first line, and this sequin should come here. So accordingly you have to take the thread. So take it from here and make another stitch. This stitch should not go very deep into the previous one or very downside also. It should be in the middle so that it doesn't hide the knots completely. If you do it very far away from the stitch, that is, if you make it here, it will hide the previous knots also. So you shouldn't go till there. Just make the knot and put the needle in this point, so that this second line sequence will just overlap over the previous line. All French knot and Lavangam stitch stitches are little time consuming, but they'll give a very beautiful and rich look to your blouses. And now another one this side. We have to maintain the shape of the petal also. Same way we have to complete all the lines inside each petal. So now I'm going to keep the sequin in this side. So I'm taking the needle little near closer to this previous stitch. This is just to maintain the shape of the petal. Now two lines are complete. We can see that the second line is overlapping over the first line. And one more thing you have to remember, for this type of overlapping stitches, wherever you use overlapping stitches, you have to finish the outer layer first and then only come to the inner one. If you start from here, you will not be able to do the overlapping. So always you have to start from the outer layer and then come one by one inside. Now let me complete the whole flower and then show you. So now we have completed the flower also, flower fully, and you can see the sequins also clearly and even the knots also clearly, and they are like overlapping over one another. If you do the same thing with the French knot and sequins, it will not, you will not get this overlapping look. So that's why we are doing it with Lavangam stitch, very small Lavangam stitch with cup sequins. I've tried the same thing in a fish motif also. Similarly, you can try even this in mango motifs and even in peacock motifs you can try. For peacock body portion you can do the stitches, and for in fish you can see that I've started the stitches from this side, that is the outer side you have to start, and only then you will get that scaly effect of the fish. So let me explain the homework motif now. See, I have planned to send this picture in the blog so that you can try this as homework. It is just a reverse tilagam or a reverse heart, and for all these red color lines you have to do the French knots. You can try this French knot with either with the only thread French knot, or even you can try with flat sequence French knot. And the next line, this is the purple line. In this you can do the zigzag stitches with gold zari, and for these pink lines you can do knotted chain stitches. Knotted chain stitches is one lock in the front and the other lock in the back side, and then again chain stitch. That is the knotted chain. So you can try that for the pink color lines. And for these blue lines, you can blue markings, you can do that zari filling. We'll do a small round shaped zari filling. You can try that. And for all these green lines, you can use cup sequins and Lavangam stitch. I've already tried this in the frame also. You can check with this. We'll upload these two pictures in the blog. You can check for the finished work, and also you can get the drawing so that it will be easy for you to do the work. So keep practicing, and thank you all for watching. Bye.